Okay, YouTube, this is my Rhino 660 2007 model, and I have done possibly everything that you could think of to keep this thing running after it gets hot, or rather after the coolant fan comes on. About 2 to 5 minutes after that would kick on, the engine would die, and it didn't want to start back up until it cooled back down. Well, let me go through a few things that I've done that'll probably help you out if you're having the same issue. You can research online, and a lot of people will say that you're getting a vapor lock from your gas lines, and I have also read that a lot of people are changing them fuel pumps out to electric. Well, that didn't work. So I dropped the carburetor, I cleaned all the jets, put it back together. That didn't work. I changed out the coil for the spark plug. That didn't work. I changed out my CDI box. That still didn't work. So I was kind of at a standstill. Nothing was working for me. I didn't know what else to do. So after having a conversation with a friend of mine the other day, he explained to me that when he had a Suzuki Sidekick a few years back, he watched it turn 100,000 miles. And when it did so, exactly at 100,000 miles, the check engine light came on. I don't know. Maybe it's something from the factory. They program it in the computer so that you have to take it to the dealership to get the light off. Well, all they're going to do is reset the computer and charge you a couple $100 for it. Well, after talking with him again, we decided to go back here to the back of the digital gauge, go to the other side of it. There are 3 separate connections. I don't know if you can see them real good. There's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, what I did while the motor was shut off, I disconnected this one here that has 2 wires in it. The other 2 have 6. This one here has 6 also. But I only disconnected this one here that has 2. This is the memory, or the main battery feed that keeps the memory as far as the clock and what have you, and basically will reset the computer. Being this, your gauge. After unplugging that, I started the Rhino back up, let it run until the coolant fan came on, and it was still running. So I hooked it back up, and the gauge came back on, because when I disconnected it, all it was just a green screen. Nothing was showing. So when I hooked it back up, you got all the numbers, your time, what have you, the LED lights here, that all came back on. The Rhino continued to run for another 15-20 minutes. As a matter of fact, I took it out and rode it around for a couple miles, brought it back, it continued to run. So that, I would say, my friends, had fixed the problem of it dying once it gets hot. Now, some of you may be experiencing vapor lock or need to change out the fuel pump. But what I'm trying to explain to y'all is if you do all that and it still doesn't work, don't take it to the dealership and have them charge you $500 to unplug this little wire here for 10 seconds and plug it back in. Do it yourself. It fixed the problem. Well, I hope that helps y'all. It did me. Have fun, be safe.